Hello, welcome back. I am joined once again by famed Wu-Tang member,
It's me, Inspect the Deck.
Inspector Deck. So you said you were doing these in order. Does this mean that you're putting Inspector Deck on the bottom of the Wu-Tang tier list?
Um, I guess so.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's
I
fair.
have no strong opinions
Yeah,
about Mr. Deck.
I have no strong opinions about Inspector Deck either. I could not name a thing that he did other than be in Wu-Tang.
More or less is reason for the low placement.
Yeah.
Uh, I forget if this was last week or 2 weeks ago, voice, but before we started recording, I remembered this and was going to bring it up early in this episode, so I'll do it now.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that I invented spicy honey, and then we ended the episode.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I don't remember if that was last week or 2 weeks ago. I think there might be a week long cliffhanger there by mistake.
Okay.
Uh, it's just crushed red pepper mixed with honey to make
Ah,
like uh anything using the honey with spicier.
is it good?
Well, I grinded the crush because of the first attempt. The crushed red pepper it messed up the texture of what I was eating, which was a peanut butter and honey sandwich. It was
Okay.
too there. So I
Mm-hmm.
grinded it instead, and that made it a lot better.
Okay. Would you recommend?
If you like spicy things, yeah, definitely. It
Okay,
was it was it was it was good.
I will keep this in mind. Will I ever do it?
No,
Probably
you
not.
won't.
I don't
You don't
have
have
crushed red pepper.
at all.
Nah. I mean, I had it for a little while when I was making a pasta dish that used it, but for the most part, I just put in like, I don't know, hot sauce if I want spicy.
It's a good way to add a little spice to your pizza.
Yeah, I guess. Not bad. Well, shall we do Monster Train?
Yeah, let's hop in.
Yeah, we are random today. I've already
Yeah.
the episode that went up before this at 2:30 was already recorded, so the continuity is maintained, if you can believe that, for the first time in like 20 weeks.
Hell yeah.
I recorded the regular Monster Train before co-op. Incredible. And we're
Um,
playing Awoken Stygian.
and remember, if you have a burning desire for a specific combination, just leave a comment
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because no one else has. So you get it.
Yeah,
If
you
you
just
if you ask for a single clan combo, it's yours.
unless like three people ask at once, in which
Shh, shh,
case.
shh, shh,
Mm-hmm.
shh.
Are you
It's
gonna
yours.
be streaming Cranberry?
Oh, probably, but I don't know what.
Okay.
Um, I've been thinking I might do Horizon Zero Dawn
Oh, I've heard of that game.
because that apparently the PC port is much better now. When it first launched on PC, it was apparently pretty rough,
Okay.
but it's supposed to be a lot better now. And I've been told it's a very good game. So
I
maybe.
I also heard that it was very, very good. I heard that it was excellent. Seems good.
How you feeling about this start right now?
It's Awoken Stygian, which I think is the easiest two-clan combo to play. So, I feel good.
Okay.
How do you feel about this start?
The specific cards are pretty good. They'll make
Mm-hmm.
the early game pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do anything.
Yeah,
I suppose we could go spikes or explosive and be okay. Still haven't tried cultivating yet, so I'd like to see that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like Titan's gratitude, it's it's give or take,
Yeah,
right? It's just like, eh,
it's fine.
eh, yeah. And custodian's kind of as well.
Yeah,
Depends on if you have room to defend it or if you're just putting it on the top floor and forgetting it.
yeah.
Like it's not bad. There's definitely worse cards we could have here. So
I think it's
I'm
fine.
excited.
Yeah. Don't forget to like the video and comment on the video and subscribe to the video as well.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we are playing against Explosive Daedalus, Spell Shield Fell, and Chase Seraph with Glimmer Titan's Gratitude Custodian.
With Seraph the Chase as our Cuddlebeard, interesting. I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
say with Seraph the Chase as our final boss, I'm a little more hesitant to go with like Spike Sentient, but I mean, we can take Spike Sentient and then that just clears backline for us for a while and then just like not use the sentient at all, basically, for our actual Seraph fight. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like
The whole
Cuddle
thing's
Beard.
kind of weird.
I like both of these actually. What do you like here?
They're both pretty cool. I'm down to take Cuddlebeard, but we just need to find a way to apply Frost. They both do nothing right now, right? Is the issue?
Mm-hmm. And
So
we hope to see Shark basically.
that would be cool.
I'm
That
down.
would be very cool.
I'm in. We'll prioritize Stygian banners with this. Also, what unit
Mm-hmm.
would you really want to be playing with Pyrestone housing here? I don't know. It's like, oh, maybe we get 3 multi-strike on a Siren. Ooh.
What about that little boy we just got? The card draw man.
Oh,
He loves
yeah.
Pyrestone housing.
Oh, yeah. He sure does. I'm gonna turn you up on the fly here, because I think I might
Okay.
have you a little too low.
I can also move closer to my microphone. if I
Ah,
go.
that sounds better as well. I'm happy to take either of these. You want to play Cultivating?
It's cultivating 2 and 3 where it gets like the scaling and mechanic, right? I think.
Yeah, you
Or is
get
that-
Cultivate. Every level, the numbers go up by 1. You get Cultivate 2 and Draw +2. I think it's fine.
I'm down to give it a try here.
Mhm.
I feel like it's pretty good against the Seraph because then it doesn't get removed,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool.
I think it's fine. I think that armor 10 is a really good idea to take here, but we are weak in this early game. What do you think?
So I think we take armor 10 and just let all of them walk past us on the top floor, and we should be okay.
Yeah.
Like we're taking what, like at most 10 damage to Pyre, not even, right?
Yeah, it's a worry of the boss wave, but there's so many hits hitting the sentient that we should get like a supercharged train steward that can just win everything for us.
Okay,
So I
sounds
think
good
it's
to me.
fine. And the unit draft is super vital because there's a lot of units that we want to see.
Yeah, the sooner we get anything with Frostbite, the better, right?
Yeah, exactly. And just play it cool. Oh, I'm still on Super Ultra. Had a lot of incanting on the run today, so
Ah.
I think it's bad to play Custodian because we don't want him taking from Train Steward, do we? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter which one gets the buffs, right?
I think you're right, so we can just put him behind. It's gonna like split it though instead of having it be all on one unit. I don't know if that matters or not.
I guess you Frozen Lights first to kill one, then you Titan's Grasp for the next one behind, right?
I actually think that we shouldn't.
Oh, you want to get the hits?
Yeah, I think we need to take the hits. I think that we're just trading this 9 Pyre health guaranteed and we have to, or else we might just die from
Okay.
the final boss wave.
I trust your judgment on it.
Maybe that's wrong. We get 8 rounds. Right now we're gonna do about 40 plus 9 versus plus 7. It probably doesn't matter. I'm gonna end turn.
Okay.
I think that it's potentially going to matter. So it's worth like risking the Pyre health basically.
Mhm.
Is my thought process here.
That's fair.
Because we're only really risking 9 Pyre health for this, or by not clearing those 2 out, we're losing 2 Pyre health basically.
Yeah.
But it's very possible that we die just because Chains runs us over. We want to consider that as well.
I don't think it will, but like, I don't know.
The Cultivating Sentient is really weak early. Our floor only does 14 damage right now. Like, when you look at this, you go, oh, wait a minute. We have to do, like, 12
Decent chunk of
rounds.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we do get scaling damage on the Sentient to help out with that, but, you know. We'll see how it is. Okay. It's close, though.
Yeah, definitely. We're like two rounds off, it looks like.
I wonder if it was wrong to kill those 2 that I did because they actually don't hurt us.
Oh, that's a good point, huh?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much, right? I think that taking 7, when you get right down to it, taking 7 versus 5 here is not really that big of a deal. So I think it's fine to just play on the side of caution there.
I mean, sap this early is usually nice. It's less effective against Seraph in the end game, but it's like probably okay right now, just to
Yeah.
put some healing on Sentient.
I think so. If we plan around it, it should win us the game, right? If we have 3 double stack Wildwood Saps, it just wins.
Yeah, we could out regen Seraph as well.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
Steel
I'm down
Enhancer is
for it.
also good, but I think Wildwood Sap's better.
Agreed.
Flash Freeze is good. Offering Token is good. I think Flash Freeze is better though. Although
It's unfortunate we don't get to see the unit first before deciding, but
Yeah.
I agree. No matter what, Flash Freeze is very strong right now.
it's like Offering Token's better for incanting, but we don't have a great way to ping enemies right now, and by that I mean we just have Glimmer. Although Glimmer
Is our best unit right now Cold Kalia?
it's probably the Shark.
Shark just on its own, and then we need something else behind Sentient? Okay.
I think so. Although it's interesting because he does kind of clash with the Sentient. He'll steal Cultivate procs, but I think that's fine.
Okay.
Offering Monument is very strong, but I think that Cold Kalia is better.
I'm trying to figure out if there's some way where it's like we have Offering Monument behind the Sentient,
wow.
and we're using it to put more health back on it after it's taking damage from us incanting it.
That is...
I guess it's not an infinite, right? But it's sort of like leveraging its health for more card draw.
That is... Now you're thinking.
I think it's not as good as Cold Kalia, but it's pretty cool.
You could like... What you could do with this is it's not quite an infinite, but you could have Cultivating 3, and then you could just play like Vine Grasp on your Sentient a bunch to proc the +3/+3 on the Offering Monument. And get a bunch of
that's really
infinite value.
cool.
It wouldn't be an infinite, but you would be losing 2 instead of 5, so instead of 8 you would get 20. And if you give him 2 +25s, it's more. I think the problem is just that he doesn't do enough right now.
Oh, I got it. No,
Okay.
I don't have it. Or maybe I have it.
Okay.
If you had double incant and away, no, it doesn't work. Never mind.
We need double Cultivate. I think we should click on Cold Kalia here.
Yeah.
Not try to do anything with this, because we don't even have the Vine Grass.
If we get a second Offering Monument, though,
yeah.
baby.
I mean, Offering Monument is just a really good unit, even if you're not doing something crazy with him. Deal Shop?
Yeah. And a second Stygian Banner. I mean, I guess we don't desperately need it anymore, but it would be cool to find a Shark here.
Multi-Strike is good on Cold Kalia here.
Yeah, with Cuddlebeard.
Ah. I think this is a skip.
Yeah, I don't think we need the second one.
We're going to take a lot of damage from heavies, it looks like, but...
At least for the early game, definitely.
So I like multi-strike on her, and I think that it's best to not give her health because we want the cultivating to hit her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we want quick?
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is,
because again, we want the cultivating Sentient to get hit, right?
Yeah, but when you're,
I guess the backlines are doing a lot of damage, and it might be impossible to out heal them.
Yeah, when they're doing 15, it becomes a bit more of an issue, right? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think I don't know if we even want quick then though, because late game most of the backlines have 3 HP, and she'll only be doing 2 damage before the attacks happen.
She'll get to cultivate though.
Oh, you're right.
It'll be like the first round will hit, and then the rest of them will break apart.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think we can wait either way.
I agree. I
Also, I want to say I don't think giving her health is good, because if we give her health, then she stops getting cultivate procs pretty quickly. We want to raise that damage up. Okay. Feels alright. I mean, anything that does scaling damage behind the Sentient, who passively buffs the unit, is pretty strong. I think this trial is fine, right?
We have a lot of cards to handle the top floor. So I think it's fine too.
You have Wildwood Sap, right? Yeah.
Worst case, we end up playing middle floor and letting the top floor walk, which is not fun, but like not game ending.
I think we always play top floor.
Depends on how many of them we can kill, I suppose, which is not many of them, but yeah, it's fine.
Kill one, and then this 4 dies to Cold Kalia the next turn. We're taking 6. I think it's fine.
I agree.
Okay. We'll send this guy.
I mean, he's doing some work.
He's doing
the best he can.
Which is unfortunately not very good. But you know what? He's trying. Cool. We get the Collector. She is gonna take some damage from spikes, but it's not that bad.
Not a huge amount. And we'll get the Glimmers soon to help deal with that.
That's true as well. How do we win this run from here? I think it's through spells, right?
Yeah, we need something to kill heavies, right?
Yeah,
Number one.
I think we just upgrade these Titans' Gratitudes, probably.
That's. I mean, at least for the time being, that works. I don't know how well that works at the end of the game, but
If you give it 2+ times, it's dealing 125, which is pretty good.
yes.
We could also, this could be a run where we take space and we put some sort of scaling unit behind as well. One of the 2 Sirens would be fine to throw in there. That is also a way to play this one out. I don't think that it's bad.
Okay.
I think that we have a few different options here, basically. Cultivating really does become, like, really insane once it goes to +2/+2, I think. I think it gets really strong.
Well, do we want Restoration, or do we just want more stat?
I think that we can just take Restoration and plan on like a +10 holdover Glimmer or something like that, +10 Restore.
Also, Restoration helps more with the heavies, and we can go to a magic shop, pump up our 1 sap, and then duplicate it.
True as well. Yeah, maybe.
So I like that nation.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that nation is good. I think we go to this magic shop.
But sap.
Yeah, but it's okay. We don't need it.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that you're right. I think that we need to worry about the problem of we're going to get walked over, and this helps with that a little bit.
Not a ton. You know, it's obviously situational, right?
Yeah.
We need damage on the sentient to trigger the damage it deals, but
That's not hard to have happen.
yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Crystallis is a very good card.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool.
I feel like I haven't seen this card in a long time. We had a lot of Stygian lately, too. Glad to see it. I think we want to go left here.
Yeah, there's not much from the unit upgrades that would even be that beneficial. Like, if we got a 3rd multi-strike, cool, but like it doesn't solve the issues we're having right now.
Quick is good, but we don't need it desperately to go through, so we can push it off.
Okay.
We look for a double stack here. I don't like remove consume.
I don't either. I like Power Stone for the you know what.
This is, Power Stone is 25 and reroll is 60, which is going to put us at 130. Yeah, so we can.
Let's check out the banner first, I guess.
Yeah, that's
before we make any big decisions.
Wow. It's
there it is.
Monument.
I feel like we're kind of obligated, right?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Like, it's not going to take very many of the cultivates because it has big HP number, I guess, until it dies, and when it goes pretty quickly usually.
Yeah, you also you don't want it taking damage anymore. They snuck a change in where the max HP damage also damages its current health. So like when it takes a -5, it loses that from its current health instead of its max health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know when they changed that. It was a few patches ago though that I noticed that change coming through.
Interesting.
They might have also talked about it and I just didn't notice. Like a +10 for Glimmer maybe. Although we don't
what about the what's it called? The thing where it discards a random card that I forget the name of?
That's
Titan's
true as
Gratitude.
well.
We were just talking about that as a possibility.
75. This goes to 70. Yeah, it's probably Titan's Gratitude. Okay. I think that any of them is solid. I like this one.
I like it too.
And then we roll this looking for double stack.
That seems fine by me.
Hold over.
You want to hold over on the Titan's Gratitude you just upgraded? Oh, that seems pretty bad. That seems like a desperation move if we're having a lot of trouble right now, which I don't think we are.
Yeah, I don't think we need it. We can hold over the Glimmer, but then it makes the Quick worthless, but that's maybe okay. We can also just hold over -1 Crystallis, and that's fine too. It's like 70 damage, but without the discard effect on it.
Mm-hmm.
Could also hold over Restoration Detonation.
A little less reliable than Crystallis.
True. I'm okay with
Crystallis.
holding over.
Yeah, I like holdover Crystallis, I think.
We're gonna want some sort of spell power or spell weakness to go with this at some point.
Hmm.
Like, we need to sneak in an Icy Scylla fight, but how do we put her in and have her like be meaningful? I don't know.
We would need a space upgrade probably.
Yeah, and then we have to play not on the top floor, and she's gonna steal some of the cultivates though, so it gets kind of weird. I think it's okay. Maybe we skip this holdover, or maybe we put it on Flash Freeze.
Oh, Flash Freeze I kind of like. That's a cool idea.
Because the thing is,
constantly putting 10 Frostbite on Sarah for the last combat.
yeah, unless we are like remove, consume, holdovering the 2 Sabal weakness card, the Urchin Spines. This Crystallis is going to reach a point really quickly where it's completely worthless to us.
I actually really like the Flash Freeze idea.
I think it's better as well.
Do you want to give it the cost downgrade as well, or do you want to give the cost downgrade to Helix?
I think we give it the cost downgrade.
Okay.
Paying 0 for this every turn is a lot better than paying 1 for it every turn. Imagine if we get like ×5 here.
That would be something. That would have been pretty sick.
Spike Driver Colony might be cool, but I also hate it and don't want it.
You can fit a bunch behind the Sentient.
It's true, and then they're just gonna like all get +1s, and they're gonna end up being like all 10 × 2. And then they go.
Oh, here's what we do then. We go like we take Spike Driver Colony, we get it up to 4 copies, and then we remove 3 of them, so we just have the one behind Sentient.
Ah.
You get the upgraded version of them and then cut them back down. Or what actually makes more sense is just to play them on like a different floor. But you know.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah, not the
best. We don't have a steel shop for 2 rings, so we're probably going to get those cashed in like at Fel. And it's just a curse until then. I don't like Rail Driver here at all.
How do you feel about spikes?
We can't upgrade it again, right? And we don't have the money to upgrade it at the shop, and we don't have a magic shop for a long time either, so I don't think that either of these are good here.
Okay, well, we can leave them.
I think that it might have been okay if we could give this a +20 and consume, but we don't have it.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, we're just a little short. Like, if we had come to this event first, it would have been good, but then sometimes you come to this event first and it's the ×5 and you have no upgrade and you go, if I had upgraded this card, we would be in the money.
Yeah.
That happened to me recently.
I don't disagree with the decision, but it is just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not even that big of a, it's not a huge boon if we get that plus, it's not a huge boon if we get the plus on the,
And do we Glimmer to save HP, or do we Restore to take damage and cultivate more?
I think we just Glimmer. We're
I
gonna
think
get
we
a
also
lot.
just Glimmer.
This is Extinguish, guys, so we're gonna get a lot of cultivates in.
That's fair.
These guys are gonna trigger like +6/+6 on the floor. The cultivate is really weird in the early game. Like, it's really weird in the early game. As we play with it more, I'm just sitting here going like, man, when she has 40 HP, you're really capped out at like +25, +25, which is not a ton. It's okay though.
Was offering Monument a mistake?
Nah, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, the card's just good, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna be a lot of extra card draw, I guess, for this point in the game. Like, worst case scenario.
And that's fine. We get to cycle in and like hit cards and get rid of them quicker.
With our low unit count, right? How do you feel about taking energy here first before card draw?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the Sentient's gonna be +2 card draw per turn. Yeah, we'll do this here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, that actually, yeah.
Yeah, she's built-in draw, so we probably take energy space on this run.
Or maybe even double energy.
Possibly. The only problem is your first turn is weaker, but that doesn't really matter a ton, I don't think. Now the Offering Monument takes the Cultivates, which is fine, I think. I don't think it matters a ton.
It'll be gone.
I also, I don't feel like the difference is that big. We're gonna probably take about the same amount of damage here. Probably should have played Crystallis on these 2 boons, though. It's fine. Hey, you wanna give me, a card that kills the back end in here?
No.
Too bad. Yeah, no is the correct answer. Look at how close this is.
Well, you know.
2 damage away. Tragic. What a shame. It's okay though. Again, it's like it's only a little bit of damage. If you're just getting a little bit of chip damage at Daedalus, you're not too worried. I'm not too worried anyway. I don't speak for you.
I'm quaking.
Ah, okay. That's fair. Sponsored by Quaker Oats, maybe?
How long do you think Quaker Oats has had that man on their cereal? On their cereal, on their oatmeal?
I mean, someone probably
when you think
uses
about
that
it,
cereal, yeah.
When you think about it, what is? I mean, it is just hot cereal, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it like that, though. Also, probably like if I were to guess, I would say like maybe 100 years.
100 years? I'm gonna look it up now. I'm curious.
Quaker Oats is either a company that's been around since the Quaker times, or they were established in like the 1900s to remind you of better days. Better days, to appeal to people who were like 80 in the 1900s. These are all 3-cost cards. I don't think Hoarfrost Effigy is great here. I think Cycle of Life is pretty good.
First Google result: the untold truth of Quaker Oats.
What?
I think this goes deep.
Big Quaker is on to you.
Want to know what his name is?
What is his name?
Larry.
No way.
Larry the Quaker Oats Man was first developed in 1877, according to Business Insider's Walk Down Memory Lane.
That wasn't too far off. 140 years.
The
Roughly.
current-ish logo started in 1956, and let me tell you, at least this picture I'm looking at of the first picture of him, extremely cursed. He is. I wouldn't buy his oatmeal.
Oh, there you have it. Quaker Oats stock plummeting. Sell, sell, sell. Wouldn't buy his oatmeal.
Okay, what are we doing here?
I like Cycle of Life. Maybe Gifts. Gifts is also fine. Actually, Gifts is probably the right choice.
Are there any like cards where it's like, oh no, we drew gifts with this? Like,
There's one.
We drew this off gifts.
There's one. It's our
Is
Flash
it
Freeze.
I mean, we could just not play this until we have. But once we draw Flash Freeze the first time, we have it forever, so we can just wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So I think Gifts is good.
Does Cycle do anything cool for us though?
It's just like it ups the amount of health the Sentient has, so she gets to theoretically cultivate more, but that's not really that cool.
Can we do an infinite somehow with Cycle of Life?
Oh, you're right. If we get the +1 spell slot relic, yeah.
We get that. We put 3 cost downgrades. You duplicate it.
And then you just play it on Offering Monument forever, and then we kill Seraph 3 spikes at a time. And then he comes to the floor and he halves our spikes, and then we uninstall.
Okay. Well, we just need double the spikes then.
Oh god, we have to get to 8,000 spikes 3 at a time.
Oh, you do need 8,000 spikes every. Oh no, he's gonna be gaining health, right? Each cast.
Yeah.
You don't need 8,000 spikes. You just need like enough health with 50 spikes, right?
Yeah, but we'd have to play it a bunch of times because we'd have to bring it back up over the level to kill the goons every time, and then when Seraph enters Relentless, we would have to go forever.
All I'm asking you, boys, is could you forgive yourself if we end up seeing like
Yes.
You could forgive yourself. Okay,
Absolutely.
let's go with gifts. Let's go with gifts then.
This is a horrible run to do an infinite. This is just
Okay.
absolutely awful because we have. After we play out all of our units, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
We
6,
do have
7,
a lot
8,
of spells,
9,
huh?
10,
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14,
We have a lot
15,
of card
16,
draw
17,
too,
18.
though. It's important. Oh no, it never that doesn't work. Yeah, never mind. That doesn't work.
Yeah, we'd have to
Okay,
remove.
okay.
We'd have to remove. I think 9 or 10 cards
Okay.
that aren't
That's
Train Stewards.
That's fair.
I think Gifts here.
Okay.
Gifts, and then we just pick a bunch of. Okay, this is interesting too, because there's Icy Siliphyte here. If we can play Icy Siliphyte, which we probably can't.
Yeah, it's like a little. We would need Shark first. I think we would do Siliphyte Shark. On like the bottom floor, and then the current setup on like the middle or top, and then that would be pretty cool. But we have no more Stygian units, right?
Yeah,
Or
and we
Stygian
also,
banners.
yeah, we have no chance to get Shark. You're right. So I think that...
Animus of Will is also worth considering with the Cultivate.
Yeah, but like Cultivate alone is not going to scale Animus of Will fast enough, and we don't have Steel Enhancer or Razor Sharp Edge for her.
Also true.
So I think that this is a skip.
Okay. I'm down for the skip.
But what about Animus of Speed?
Oh no.
You want to take energy here?
I think so, especially with the gifts now. It's a pretty expensive card, right?
Yeah.
Nice to have a little extra energy on it.
There's one main thing that I can see that's an issue, which is that 2 of our duplicates are like... We have our duplicates back to back, and we didn't get double stack.
Voyix, we're stupid. We should have gone for the infinite. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We're not stupid. I just realized I was like, with gifts for a card, we can thin the deck out. Not realizing that we had the pick between gifts and cycle.
That's true.
So never mind. Never mind.
What you have said is correct, yes.
Are we going right path here for the removal and duplication on one of our better cards?
Yeah,
Or
we're
do
in
you
a tough
want
spot.
a relic?
No, we go right for sure.
Okay.
I think that we're in a bit of a tough spot here right now.
Well, I think 20 minutes from now we're in a tough spot. I think we're actually doing pretty good in the short term.
Yeah, you're right. We're in a tough spot 20 minutes from now. Correct. We should duplicate Wildwood Sap.
But, oh, here's an idea.
Okay.
What if we just duplicate our Frost, our Flash Freeze, and we really just freeze the shit out of Seraph at the end? We have no actual other goal than just freezing over and over.
That can work. If we do 3 Flash Freezes, we apply 30 Frostbite per turn. Even if he's halving it, he's gonna end up somewhere around 100 to 200. Plus, gonna be at least 90 in the 3 rounds that he goes up the train, plus whatever we put up so far. Not terrible.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
We might need to actually take a card draw then.
We
might need we might need to take a card draw enhancement from Bell, if that's the plan.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we get to +3 draw from the Cultivating Sentient, so we're gonna already be drawing 8 cards per turn, assuming that we're going Cultivating here, which we are.
Yeah.
I think that for this plan to work, a lot has to go right, I think, but it could be fun.
I think our biggest issue is still going to be heavies. Like we don't really have a good way to kill them yet.
Yeah, gifts also just got a lot worse. But
oh yeah,
we just have 2 cards to draw before it, we're gonna thin this deck out a lot anyway.
Yeah, I guess the way you should think of it is we're gonna play gifts after our first cycle usually.
Yeah, I think that we should probably
skip this because it's pretty spooky.
I think that we should be okay. I'm not sure. The first wave isn't scary.
It is the heavies, huh? The issue.
Let's take a look. We're going to the Hell Vent, right?
Oh, which means we get a little HP boost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we don't need money desperately for anything. It's just nice to have because I think we need to remove a bunch of cards. I think that this is fine.
Yeah, I guess if we're flash freezing the heavies, it won't be a huge deal. Even if they leak through, then they're going to be taking a lot of frost damage and die within like 2 hits to the pyre.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
I'm done. We have a lot of frostbite.
Yeah.
The whole deck is cuddled here now. Oh, we have Offering Monument, that's right. Forgot about this guy.
Perfect.
Yeah, tragic. So we are actually going to take a bit of damage here.
And we should not play that spell because we don't want to draw a unit and then die.
Yeah, if we draw Cold Kalia there, we just die, so yeah. Very, very scary.
It's unfortunate, but do you want to flash the Quild Marksman so we don't take 9 to pyre?
This is a good question. I do like the money. We can play...
How much are we getting from this one? Is it $100?
It is $75.
$75?
So we can play these Frozen Lances, right? Or we can play Restore.
And see what we get. See what we get from there.
Crystallis doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. We're not... How do you feel about Wildwood Custodian here? I think it's fine to skip the Wildwood Custodian and just keep playing cards, because we can still hit the other Flash Freeze and then we get the money, right?
That's a good point.
I think it's worth playing Restore, Flash Freeze, and skipping Custodian.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and I think it's worth it to save the pyre health.
How much do you think we're gonna take this combat? Is the question.
We're behind quite a bit, so we're gonna take a lot, I think.
Okay, in that case, then yeah, let's save the HP.
Because we have to flash freeze here, which we weren't supposed to have to do, so we're not gonna get one round of it here.
Yeah.
Would have been so fine, except for someone had to be drawn first, offering Monument.
Offering Monument did draw us a lot of cards, though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but like if we just play Cocalia turn 1, then we're like 100% fine there, so I'm still angry at it. It's fine though. We actually don't take a lot here.
Yeah, Gratitude, like, yeah, we're okay now, I think.
It's like the next wave is a little scary. Not this one, but this wave is a little scary.
Yeah, double heavies.
Yeah, no. How scary is it? 32. I think that it's okay to... What is our draw like? We drew most of our good cards, but if we hit gifts, we're fine. I think it's okay to work on stopping this damage and worry about this next turn.
Okay.
We can do like a half measure too. We just play these two and come down here and like play Glimmer Crystallis to work it down a little bit.
And Titan's Gratitude does get the kill up here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, yeah, perfect.
We get a little bit out of it, and then if we draw anything meaningful, we'll be fine.
Sentience HP, a little spooky.
Yeah, I'm noticing that as well. And pop this regard here.
Guess we'll probably get us, what's it called? Not what I was thinking, but that works pretty well. That's actually very good.
Yeah, whatever it gives us there is pretty fine. A lot of the healing that we're going to get is going to come from gifts for a guard, but it is a little scary. And we do take a bit here. Not a huge deal. But a lot of the healing, I was going to say we might want to pick up Unleash the Wildwood, but after seeing how Gifts is going to interact, we're probably okay. And it looks like we're taking 6 for the combat. But worth noting, do not want to kill Clip Conduit here. Was it a Pyrolite Master?
Yep. He gets strong.
Oh, look at this Beef Lord. Look at him.
He's gonna get some chunk.
He's gonna absolutely beat Pyrolite Master here.
I think Custodian's pretty bad in this deck right now, though.
Yeah.
He's pretty god awful.
He's having a rough one. He almost got the kill. Almost. 7 damage. Again, we're like taking little bits of chip damage, but it's fine. Oh, this is really good.
Yeah, we forget the upgrade, then we're just set.
That's fine. Oh, wow.
Glacial Seal.
It's like, on a different run, in a different age, it's good. But this is not the run.
This is as close as you can almost get, I would say.
I think that if this were Exile Awoken, I would make a case for Glacial Seal. But it isn't.
Yeah, huh.
If we had Root Seeds, then Glacial Seal would actually be pretty good. Because we can get to a point where we're incanting like 10 or 15 times in a turn with Root Seeds and some cost downs.
If only we had some sort of way to set up an infinite way to play spells over and over again.
Yeah, only we had some way to suffer. I'm skipping.
Well, it would be very quick for the record if you got them together.
It's true. It's true. But
Okay, get us out of here.
Yeah, it's free me. Fine. I like the left path. Duplicating the flash freeze seems good.
I agree. Unit upgrades, especially now that we have the quick tome, unit upgrades seem not very good.
Yeah, the
although now that a plus 10 would actually be pretty cool on Cocalia now, I'd say.
Yeah, or we can just give her another multi-strike, right? Anything that we can see is good.
Multi-strike is probably better, actually.
Yeah. I like this. I like the blood for blood here.
Blood for blood, yeah, definitely.
That's really good.
Heavies eat your heart out, or eat our heart out.
The interesting thing is that Blood for Blood does have a bit of anti-synergy with Frostbite, but it should be fine.
That's a good point.
I kind of wish that it'd be a really minor change, but I wish that this said when an enemy
enemies
dies.
that die on the pyre floor, not to the pyre.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was talking about this in the episode that I recorded before we did this. Floor 5 has, like, every combat on Floor 5 has exactly one scary wave, and it's always the second wave, or the first wave in one other case. This is a really scary second wave. And
Is
then
it
it's
like
free.
two? Is it two cloak boys and then the charge man?
No, it's tank plus cloak boy plus not tank as in this guy, tank as in the
The
armor unit.
1050.
Yeah. And then a stealth boy and then the overcharge tank.
That is spooky. That's
Yeah.
spookier than what I said before.
Yeah, I think that it's good to not take this trial. The artifact, although it would be.
What artifact do you really want?
A good question. We have Cuddlebeard, so yeah, I guess it's fine to pass this. Double incant doesn't help us much. I think we're good.
We already have the best frost relic, and we have 3 flash freezes that are free.
Yeah.
I don't think we need much else.
Bloating fungus wouldn't be bad, but I just always forget that bloating fungus exists.
We still have mid floor here?
Nah, I like playing top floor.
We're just gonna play Offering Monument on like middle, and then just spam spells that do nothing to get card draw.
Yeah, I don't really care that much about Offering Monument here.
That's fine to me. You could have just glimmered those angels, or not angels, those stealth boys.
Yeah, but why would I do that? I can kill them with Frozen Lance on this turn instead. It's more personal, you know?
Okay. The card draw floor.
It might not be bad to flash freeze our own sentient here.
That can't be correct.
It's
I
not.
refuse.
If we didn't have Cuddlebeard, it would actually be really strong. But we have Cuddlebeard, and it's fucking awful.
It's a nightmare.
You're right. Yeah, it's awful.
If you could put 1 frost on, that'd be sick.
No, that would be insane.
10 frost, no. Are you trying to figure out a way to put 1 single frost on him?
Because, okay, but the Seraph emblem says he'll remove half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. I know that he doesn't remove debuffs from us, but, like, we use Seraph to just half the flash freeze repeatedly. That would be silly. Okay. What do you want to do on this turn?
I do like preserving our Incant Man. So maybe we Glimmer to keep his health not terrible, but...
Yeah, I think you're right.
I like that, and then I think you Titan's Gratitude... You Flash Freeze first, and then Titan's Gratitude the tank.
Why Flash Freeze first? Oh, yeah, because of the discard. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to Flash Freeze the 10-2? I don't think we need to, because our deck is like...
I also don't think we need to. I think you Flash Freeze the Charge Man.
Yeah, I agree. Collector. Imagine. Okay, we're gonna lose everything on this turn, I think, and that's okay with me.
What do you mean by lose everything?
I mean, this floor is gonna die.
Well, if you just do a Frozen Lance, it doesn't die.
But then we're gonna skip the Flash Freezes.
Oh yeah, he does die, huh? From kept playing all the spells.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still keep the, what's it called?
I guess you're right.
Oh, no, you don't want, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it matters a ton here.
But look at him, he's so innocent.
I'm gonna do Wildwood Tome up here because we have Gifts for a Guard in here, so we're gonna draw it with all 3 of our Flash Freezes if we just don't draw any more cards. And then we can leverage that.
Okay.
So I think we're fine. Nothing has come up here to hit, by the way, which is maybe concerning.
Alright, we're too strong.
Yeah, which is a problem.
Well, this is a combat where the real. I mean, I don't know. You know, all of these guys do lots of damage, so we don't want them getting up here in the first place. Oh, I guess the tanks don't do much damage. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough, I think. Just generally, it's kind of tough. But what we're gonna do here is we're not gonna play these cards, and then we're gonna hope to draw them. I mean, I'll play the Restoration Detonation, but we're gonna hope to use them to chip down the boss.
Okay.
Ooh, I believe
that makes
it's the
sense.
Sweep Boy. I think it's the Sweep Boy.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I'm fairly confident it's the Sweep Boy, though. I'm gonna burn Detonation, though.
Okay.
And we'll just hold. I think it's Sweep Combat. Which means that
Can gifts hit the spells it's already brought back if you don't play them? Like again?
Yes, it can.
Okay. That's cool.
I guess it doesn't matter. They died as a quick anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna get like 90 Frostbite on whoever this is. Oh, it's the Stealth Combat. That's right, I knew this. I remember thinking, oh yeah, it's the Stealth. But...
You might want to... Oh, hold on, slow down. You might want to Flash Freeze the guy up top here. He's making it through.
That's okay. We have a bigger problem, I think.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I just wanted to consider it.
No, you're right. We should stop and think. Because
if he's flash freezed, he does not even die, I don't think, right? Or am I doing math wrong?
No, he's gonna only cost us 1 HP, right? Because he's gonna go up at
30. Yeah, you're right.
And he goes up at exactly 30 and dies, so it's fine.
Okay. I agree.
We're thinking about trying to save that 1 HP, but it's another situation where it's like, yeah, we could stop and do it, but it's not worth it because the Crystal Cloak might kill us. This is not an enemy to take lightly, although I think this is easier than Lifesteal Man.
Because of the sweep killing the backline? Yeah.
The sweep will kill her too quickly. How are we? Oh, we're fine. I think that 90 Frostbite is good. What do you think?
Debatable.
She died in stealth. Have you ever seen her die in stealth?
Not often.
It's really uncommon.
Does Restoring Retreat do anything? Trying to think if it does. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
It kind of does. It lets us descend a heavy when they have Frostbite on them, so they take another round of it, and we get to apply more to them. I don't think that's enough.
Nah, yeah, I don't think so either.
It's a really hard card to play at 2 energy. I really feel like this card should go down to 1 energy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah. The restore 10 health on it is just almost universally a negative. I know that it's supposed to be a positive, but how often do you want to move your Awoken units down? Get away from me, Glacial Seal.
He really wants in on this deck.
Don't look at me. Frenzied Swarm is bad. Yeah, I was about to say, what about Frenzied Swarm? Frenzied Swarm is bad.
What about Guardian Stone?
Nah, because he's just going to take the cultivates.
It's going to take all the cultivates. Yeah, you're right.
I actually kind of don't like cultivating Sentient, I gotta say.
A little underwhelming. I think it was really exclusively meant to be played with Animus of Will.
Yeah. It's fine here. It's weird because it anti-synergizes with so many things. But we don't have the healing to keep it alive. Maybe we pick up a Unleash the Wildwood and then we're chilling. You want left path here? I think we want left path here.
I think so. Also, we have a lot of money, and it's like, do you want to buy relics or do you want a free relic and then the magic shop? And I'm like, free relic seems pretty cool.
Yeah, Tempered Talisman is really good here. It helps with keeping the Sentient alive. It more than doubles the effectiveness of these healing cards.
Yeah, I like it.
Also, Priory's Cloak sucks.
It's good sometimes, but here, no, not really.
I don't think it's ever good. I think it's really bad.
How dare you?
I really hate Priory Cloak. I'm gonna take a cost reduction on gifts here.
Yeah, I don't hate 1 cost down. That seems fine to me.
Interestingly enough, the +10 doesn't have to go on Glimmer now.
Yeah, we could put it. I mean, I think we should put it on Titan's Gratitude still. But maybe Helix Crystal. I don't know. But yeah, Glimmer. It doesn't need it.
I don't know though. Detonation is kind of good too, though, right? Did you say Detonation?
I did not say. I said Titan's Gratitude for the attuned buff on it, but Detonation.
It double dips,
pretty
right?
Cool too. Yeah, because of the healing. Yeah.
It's like you said earlier, though. It's a really variable card, you know?
I think the thing is that we're not going to need much healing because of gifts buffing up our restores.
That's true. That's fair.
Oh, but you know what? Eventually we'll get to the point where we do run out of restores actually pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like Restoration being our failsafe for that.
Yeah.
Just being a consistent heal card. Basically as a replacement to Unleash the Wildwood.
Yeah, I agree. The other thing
that's a cool idea.
These cards need their magic power a little less because ideally they're going to get hit by gifts and just take 1 heavy away for us.
Oh, that'll be actually cool. That's a good point.
Because if this gets a +20, it basically just kills anything, right? What was it? It gets 100? 140? I guess it doesn't quite kill, but it gets it close enough that it'll die. I think that we're actually in a really solid position and this run's kind of cool. So I like Detonation.
I like Detonation a lot. Now that I think about how this deck's gonna look at the end of the Seraph combat, where it's like we've given most of our spells consume, probably. I mean, it's a little iffy it's a little iffy if Gifts hits Restoration Detonation, though, right?
I don't think it's that bad even then, right? Because it's just it's another big burst heal.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I'm down.
Okay.
Too bad you can't do remove consume with gifts anymore. That used to work, I'm told. Or maybe it still does?
Oh, you want to, like, put it on... I guess none of these cards here, actually.
Yeah, like, the way that it was supposed to work is if you put remove consume on a card and it gets hit by gifts, it keeps the removed consume.
Like, yeah, like Eternal Stone is a status effect that exists whether or not the card has had consume applied to it.
Yeah, but then it doesn't work on the Seraph that consumes, but it used to. I think we skip this, though, and just reroll.
Oh, yeah.
Double stack.
Double stack cost down on the Wildwood sap?
It's not really a big part of our plan anymore, right?
No, but it's like, it's good sustain. And it's like, what else are we gonna... We have a lot of money, what are we spending it on?
That's a good point.
Maybe we just go double stack and then...
do this real quick.
Okay.
Pick out Train Stewards.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the Custodian.
I think that is good as well, but we can just pay 60 for that.
That's fair.
And I don't think there's a balance we want to hit with removing spells, because we don't want to remove so many spells that we can't hit anything off of gifts.
Also true. We do get to the point eventually where we can just keep playing gift over and over again on like the last 3 cards in our deck and turn them into super heals.
It's true.
Or super damage or whatever, right?
Without a source of spell weakness, though, that won't kill Seraph.
Oh, no, I'm not saying as a way to kill Seraph. I think the Seraph plan is to, once we get the Seraph, just flash freeze it every turn forever.
That's a good point. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I think I'd rather keep the money.
Maybe we do save the money. Now I'm looking at it, we're a little less than I remember us having.
Yeah.
Because we spent a lot of it.
Yeah, we spent a card remove.
We definitely buy Power Stone, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And just throw it on Crystallis, probably. Actually, let's put it on this Titan's Gratitude so that if either of them get hit, they just kill a 190 outright.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Seems good. I like this run. It's very different.
How would you feel about holdovering? I think it seems weird, but in the future, holdovering on gifts to do that, like play it over and over again, just to have like 8 really good spells that we only play once.
Yeah, I think it can work.
I don't think this is the deck for it, but it is just an idea that I've thought of for the first time this run.
I think it's something that you do on a run with, instead of Cold Kalia, you have Icy Silliphite, because then you just, like, you power up your Crystallis and you send Seraph to the Shadow Realm.
Not to interrupt, but before you play any cards, how would you feel about setting up Sentient and Cold Kalia? Oh, we have Quick, never mind. I was going to say, how would you feel about setting up on the bottom floor here and letting, like, all of these Sycophants hit Sentient?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe skipping the Quick here.
Or so playing it much later.
Yeah, skipping it on this turn and playing it the next time we see it.
We don't have to play bottom floor exactly, but that's just what I was thinking of here.
I'm thinking mid floor, or maybe just top floor. I don't really feel like Offering Monument brings a ton, and we don't really want it on the floor with these two.
Okay, that's fair.
I think we play these two top and Offering Monument mid.
And we'll skip or wait until later to play the tome.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay. So this is a much more like subtle strategy than usual of just not. Oh, there you go. That's good. It's like you don't always play your buff cards instantly, right? You might want to wait a bit for playing the Wildwood Tome.
Yeah, it's like it's not often, because when do you have a unit that's like this is really kind of unprecedented for Monster Train, because there's not a whole lot of units in the game that are like I have to be hit. It's
Revenge is it's like one unit, and then I guess technically the upgrade from the wingless lady or man, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
but they're like some of the unit upgrades have, or maybe one of them has a revenge ability. But when do you see that, right?
And the other thing about Shark is if the problem is he's not getting hit because all the backline is dying, his job is already done.
Do you think we might be able to kill Fel before we even get the Relentless with this much frost?
If we see Hoarfrost Effigy, which I think we passed on earlier.
Yeah, we passed one.
It's not great against Chase Seraph, but yeah, we could. Maybe. I mean, if we just keep playing it, right? We're gonna take a bit from the cliff, though, I think. Because they are going to incant.
That is true.
I'm gonna play it on this guy, I think.
Okay.
Just see what we draw. You can see his health is going down even though he's at 10 now. Nerfed into the ground, unlucky. I really want to get through the spell shield on this Guardian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this Guardian here in the middle?
Yeah.
Not on the top floor Guardian?
I guess we can do it on the top floor first, but I want to get through both of them since we have a lot of deal damage to the front enemy cards.
It feels like it's not worth it while the guy is getting incant from it, though.
He's got 30 frostbite, though.
That's true.
I think he'll die. Plus, we have the top floor cleared out. And we're about to draw gifts. He's gonna get crushed.
Okay.
It's a super weird run, I feel like.
Definitely a little unorthodox.
Not how we would usually expect it to go. Am I crazy? Oh, because of the flash freezes.
Ah.
Forgot that we only draw 4, not
next
7.
turn.
Yeah, next turn. We're gonna take a bit here, right? What are you at? 62.
We want to like measure it so that way the Pyre gets the kill on him, so that we get not much damage.
And it's exactly right. He's at 30.
Are we gonna flash the middle floor shield man then?
I think so. These guys have 20. Ugh.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they'll die to the Pyre.
Actually, they'll die to Coccalia because she's doing 7 times. She's gonna be doing like.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's getting the cultivation. Never mind. Are we putting this sap on our? Oh no, wait, we don't want to put the sap because then it messes up his health.
Yeah, it also will run out. We just want to wait. That 5 regen will go away.
I just meant I guess it doesn't matter because we will heal this man pretty soon with gifts, but
that's true.
I was just saying for general well-being for him.
Nah, he's fine. He's not taking a ton.
Don't play on this floor. What are you doing? Giving that man free armor.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this man because we're gonna give him flash freezes anyway. But he's taking 190, and I think it's fine to just pop him.
Well, flash freeze first probably before you give him 190. Yeah.
And then I want to play the... just looking to see if it's worth it to not. I'm going to play the Glimmer here. Should have played it first, I guess, but we discarded it. It's not a huge deal.
It seems yeah. No harm, no foul.
I mean, if we discard it, we just don't play it, and we hold it for a later turn to heal instead. And I think that both are fine. Basically, I don't think there's a whole lot that we can do to lose at this stage of this combat. We're gonna take a little bit here and there, it looks like, but like if this guy goes up, he only does 1. And he doesn't even go. I'm gonna argue that maybe we hold off on Wildwood Tome again.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I don't think we need to be worried about it right now. I think it's something that we're really thinking about, like, in the next 2 rooms, right? Wildwood Tome, quick in general, we don't need it until Sarah. Okay, so you just die. We play 3 flash freezes here, then we just Frozen Lance, Titan's Gratitude, the tank dies, and the Guardian dies. Right?
Sounds pretty good, but if we let the Clip Guardian walk, he goes up and deals maybe 1 damage to Pyre if he set it up correctly. We can put the flash freezes somewhere else, which might be better.
We can put it on Fel, but she's already like down 500 health.
That's a good point, huh?
And she doesn't spawn with anything, so we just flash freeze her as she's walking up. She'll be at 180.
Okay. Then
she's super
max
dead.
Prevent the Pyre is probably the way to go then.
Yeah, she's super dead as it stands. May as well heal. Oh, do we actually take it? Oh my god. He lived at 1. What the hell?
Either way, free health.
Well, we lost 3, but it doesn't matter a ton. Now we just do it to Fel every turn, and she is,
not long for this world.
Yeah, she's not surviving. Like, you can see, the Cultivate, when it's your only strategy, you can really start to see that it's kinda horrible. Like, look at this.
You need a better unit than a Coccalia with 1 single multi-strike to be the carry.
Even if you have Animus, though, right? It's like... What is this? She's gained 26 times 2. She's effectively over the course of this combat.
I think the idea is that this is supposed to be done with regen. And it's like for the Relentless, it's like you just get hit and the backline just keeps scaling more and more.
Yeah, but like I think it sucks. Like the more that I play with this Cultivating Sentient, the more I kind of go like, is this awful?
Yeah, it seems like it's. I mean, maybe what we're not thinking about is like the big thing is still the card draw on it. Like that's like huge, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe we're underestimating that part of it, and we shouldn't focus too much. I mean, like, it is just better than it was before, right?
Mm-hmm.
More or less.
Yeah, it is better than it was before, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of times, like, oh yeah, we get the card draw, but you can just take the 2 card draw and then just put -1s on your spells, and it's usually the same effect. Hoarfrost Effigy should kill Seraph for us.
Yeah, we can do that. We slap a permafrost.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy.
Permafrost, and then we play it with gifts, and it should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Siren Song is also good here, though. But I like Hoarfrost.
I don't even like Siren Song that much here. I guess with Blood for Blood, it's like, hey, instead of cultivating this turn, we're just gonna give the Pyre a bunch of health.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're pretty healthy right now, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I'm down for Hoarfrost Effigy.
I am
Cranberry,
too.
can you believe that this is the second Hoarfrost Effigy run I've played today?
No, you hate that card.
I do. I took it in the last run that I played today because I went, yeah, we're gonna win anyway. This run is ridiculously strong, and if I click on Hoarfrost Effigy, I kill Seraph outside of Relentless. And so I did that.
Did it work?
Yeah, he died on the turn before he entered Relentless.
Cool. What are you thinking?
It's like all bad. We don't really need energy. And we're having trouble because we give up 3 of our draws for Flash Freeze. So I think we take draw, even though it's going to take us to draw 9 per turn.
Well, I think we're getting to draw 9 with the next upgrade for cultivating, right?
No. We're start at 5.
Oh, yeah, it needs to get hit. It needs to get hit, yeah.
No, it shouldn't.
Oh, no, it is just base, yeah.
Yeah, but it's +3
5,
each turn.
7. You're right.
So we go up to 9.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, draw 9.
Yeah, considering 3 of our cards every turn are basically free once we cycle the first time.
Mm-hmm. So we're
right?
picking. We're generally going to be picking the best 4 out of 6 cards to play.
So I like card draw. I feel like we have enough energy, and we'll probably give gifts for a guard, probably another cost down. Maybe we'll put permafrost on if we see, or we'll put permafrost on effigy if we see it.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we can just lower its cost too. End of the day, it's not too big of a deal, no matter what we pick there.
I think we go left and then we go to this steel shop. Go magic shop.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense. I like that.
Money and Pyre health aren't super useful here, so we can get the high value pickups on each one.
Yep.
And Winged Indulgence is really good.
It's much less damage in Relentless, which is pretty cool. Like Thorn Casing does just do Stone Cold nothing right now, and there's not much time for it to do anything.
Thorn Casing will be a good take if we see
Thorn Fruit.
Yeah, or no, we have to see. Oh yeah, we could see Thorn Fruit, and then it would be nuts. But we could also see that one add. What was it? Bottled Thorns, Piercing Thorns. Add 3 stings to your hand.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I like permafrosting Hoarfrost Effigy or gifts here.
I like effigy, I think, a little bit more, but I can see either, honestly.
I think that effigy is good.
Okay.
Interesting thing to note here is that we can't permafrost another card because we'll start.
We're losing draw then. Okay.
But I think that's fine.
What do you want to lower the cost of?
I like gifts.
I like gifts. I don't hate Helix either here, I think, because then it's just a free card.
Yeah, ideally.
Kind of nice, but I think we'd rather want a damage upgrade on it, right?
Yeah. I think that if we're at 4 energy, so just having every card that we want to play be 1 or 0 energy means that we really do get to pick best 4 of 6, which is usually going to be an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But I like taking gifts down to 1, because that 2 cost is kind of clunky.
I agree.
Okay. And I'm down to just give a +10 to Crystallis and leave. I don't think we need to roll this.
Yeah, sure. How hard do you think the challenge would be on this floor?
The challenge on this floor ranges from a piece of cake to we will die. So, hard to say. If we get, enemies gain health when they move up, it's gonna be really bad. If we get,
Armor's pretty bad, I think, too.
Armor's pretty bad, yeah. Spell Shield is probably pretty bad. I don't know, they're actually all kind of awful.
Multi-strike is actually maybe, depending on what we get, maybe the easiest one.
Oh
but
yeah,
then,
multi-strike is good. Can this
but
have
it might also
multi-strike?
be terrible.
I don't think this can have multi-strike.
Really? I could have sworn the multi-strike on this trial.
No, I don't think you can, because then at least one time in my life I would have seen the multi-strike enemy plus the multi-strike trial. You would see it
Maybe
times 3.
maybe it's set up so that never happens.
I think so. I think that this floor doesn't have multi-strike. I think that's only 4-5.
Okay.
I want to remove like 1 restore, 1 frozen lance.
That seems correct to me.
And then probably maybe just remove nothing else.
We have one more removal, right, in the next floor, no matter what.
We'll see what we're looking at when we get there.
What if we put spikes on them?
Sorry, I misclicked before you said that.
Rude.
This combat is probably okay.
How much do you like $400?
It's pretty good.
It does force us to set up bottom floor, though, right? So that way we can kill the purifiers.
Yeah, we can play middle floor. We have so much draw and energy that we can just kind of ignore the curses. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Money is sick. Everyone loves money.
The question is just like, is Spell Shield going to cause us a lot of damage, right? It is actually going to hurt a lot if we take the Spell Shield, I think. Because we do most of our damage through our spells. Yeah, I think that this is actually horrible and we're going to die.
Fine.
I'm almost certain as I think about it, because this is a combat that is just double heavies all the way. I think we lose if we take this trial.
If we frost the heavies enough, though, they get up there and don't do much damage to the pyre, because blood for blood will kill them.
Yeah, but they're still doing 5 each one at the very minimum.
That's true.
I think it's best to skip this.
Yeah, we don't need money too much, I guess. It's not that important.
It's like, if we could guarantee all 3 Frostbite cards on turn 1, then this trial would be okay. But if we can't, which we can't, it gets kind of awkward. I am down to play bottom floor. She has 160 health, and this is a really low damage output fight.
Yeah, I agree.
We can just keep ahead of the curses. That is, like, the upside of this combat is that this combat is doing 11 per round, and that's it. Which is, like, we're gonna farm cultivating.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty big. Ever noticed this? These cards are animated? They have, like, little animations. I've noticed things like this, but it's snowing in the Hoarfrost effigy.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Some of them are definitely more noticeable. Like, I think, like, Wickless recruitment, you actually get to see, like, a little thing of, like, the guy's wick getting chopped off.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's there, and then it goes whooshy, and it's gone.
So he goes, what?
Whooshy.
Ah, yes, yes. I wasn't sure what you were talking about till I heard that again. I'm gonna put the Offering Monument here.
Okay.
I think that it really, like, we don't benefit from it being on the same floor, and we're gonna want to play, like, Flash Freeze up here anyway.
Okay, yeah, this is fair.
And Crystallis?
Seems good.
I don't think we're too torn up if we discard the Hoarfrost.
The effigy, yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Fine. I think, again, we're gonna wait on the Wildwood Tome because the combat doesn't do high damage.
I agree.
Play this. Doesn't matter as much.
But Glimmer puts 2 damage on the Gilded Wing.
5 damage, actually.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shit, I'm a fool.
So this is 10 cards in our hand. If we play Gifts, we only draw 1 card, and it'll be Wildwood Staff.
Not the best card to draw, considering the
state of
spell.
things.
Also that it gets no benefit. Like literally nothing happens to it. The card still consumes itself, and then also it doesn't get plus 20.
It costs 0 though.
Oh yeah.
But we're paying 1 energy for it on Gifts, so. I think what we want to do is we want to play 2 Flash Freezes and then play Gifts. Although that gets awkward because it can pull the Flash Freezes.
Okay.
We can play Restoration.
What if we play 2 Frozen Lances and then play Gifts?
We can.
I don't hate that personally.
I think Frozen Lance and Restoration Detonation, right?
Yeah.
I think that this is an actual card we want to play here. I'm down to hold this Titan's Gratitude.
Yeah.
Just play the flash freezes here, and then we can gratitude this guy later.
Sounds good.
Oh, look at this. Nice. And we can play this, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
You fucking killed him. You killed Offering Monument, you bastard.
Oh no. How could this happen? Or was this my plan all along? This run is weird because it feels like we're dangling just barely by a thread, right? I feel like we're always
it does feel like one tiny mistake and it all falls apart.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay with giving up one of the flash freezes here, like the chance to give up one of them, right? We have to miss all of these.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's best to be efficient here and play one of these and then play like, we can play Glimmer maybe. That nation doesn't really matter. This quick tone one's just struggling. And again, if we don't have to play it, which I don't think we do, we'll have 30 on them.
You might have to play the Helix bottom to clear out the heavy man.
That's a good point.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, we have a lot of good stuff coming up. We play both flash freezes here, right? And then this guy will... He won't die right now, but he'll die pretty quickly.
Yeah.
What are you at? You're at 30? I'm gonna consume the restore. I think I want to hold this Crystallis. I want to greet it.
Okay.
I think that will be okay. I should have played that restore. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal.
It might matter. Okay, so if we play two flash freezes. Actually, we need to play a few up there. Interesting.
You might want to play Hoarfrost Effigy. That might just like one flash, one Hoarfrost, and he dies. It's all of our energy basically.
Yeah,
but,
it costs 3, and it's kind of gross. I think we want to play, because what's in here? We have Frozen Lance. As long as the draw off of gifts isn't exactly 3 of these 4 cards, then it's okay to play Flash Freeze gifts for it.
Okay.
We have 10 cards in hand here. If we put one Flash Freeze here so that the Steel Wings dies next turn. Worst comes to worst, we just Titan's Gratitude him.
Yeah.
And we put the other 2 here, I think. Wow. That's not great.
Again, nothing really happens still.
Yeah, it's fine.
This wave, I think, is not really... That doesn't matter too much, because I'm pretty sure we can kill the man in Relentless, I think? Or get pretty close to it.
Or also, and on top of that, we can just kill these guys. We've been banking the good spells, right?
Yeah,
We've been greeting. I'm gonna burn these, because I think these are bad spells. Oh, I missed 25 damage. Garling.
I think he just Titan's Gratitude up top, and then, I don't know, Lance? Lance somewhere?
No!
Not the end of the world.
Unbelievable throw. Like, this round, or this floor does do pretty well into Relentless as well. They're gonna do fine. So yeah, we held this Crystallis for a turn like this. I'm gonna throw the quick out now.
No time like the present, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What's top floor at right now, health-wise?
40. So if we play 2 Flash Freezes, you die. Crystallis this. Hold the Titan's Gratitude, I think.
Yeah.
So with gifts, this is a really good display of what gifts can do for your heavy plan by just turning every card into a heavy killing card. That's this guy. Oh, he's dead.
Win without the Frost. Yeah, we already win without the Frost, so with the Frost, he's extremely dead.
I paid for this Hoarfrost effigy. God damn it, I'm gonna use it. Insane. That was actually a really, really easy combat for us. I talk a lot. I mean, it would have been a nightmare with the trial.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh my god. I always talk about how Purifiers is a really hard combat, but specifically for this very strange deck, we crush Purifiers.
Yeah, we were able to kill them on the floor before they even put out the curses, right? Like, it was pretty sweet.
It's Winged Indulgence also does a lot here because it goes from 13 to 11, which is a big chunk of their damage output. Normally I click on Invigorating Solution, but it's awful here.
Yeah, it's not. We're already drawing a lot of cards.
Ensnare is also really bad.
for the same reason. And guess what focus growth?
Oh yeah, look at this. It's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Focus growth.
They all...
Ensnare might be good just because we can root an enemy and force them to take an extra round of frostbite.
How important do you think that's going to be?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I also don't know how important that is.
I'm gonna
It's definitely
skip.
the most, like, it's the most likable out of the 3 cards. But I think the skip is just
I
the way
think
to go.
it's easier to skip and not think too much, hurt brain, but also Gifts is bad with it.
Yeah, also true.
I'm happy to skip. Titan's Tooth is okay. Not great, though. I think this is a skip as well.
Yeah, like Unnamed Tone, I don't do any of that. The Purifiers have an ability, right?
We can silence the Ember Drain from the sweep guys.
Oh, I forgot. Why did I think we were against Diligent this round?
I don't know.
I don't know why I thought we were against Diligent. Yeah, if it's set up the chase, it stops 1 Ember Drain. But we only have like 2 units at most on a floor, so we can like ignore it probably and be fine.
I think so.
And Titans Tooth I don't like because we didn't take any offering tokens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna probably play it for full cost, which is not fun.
Well, we can play it off of Gifts is the best part about it, but I think it's fine to skip this.
Yeah, we are. That makes it like a, in my opinion, worse Glimmer because Glimmer heals.
The Frostbite 12 is pretty good though. Good on
That's
Sarah.
true.
But I think it's fine to skip. Maybe we go... I mean, going left and looking for something for Cold Kalia is nice.
And we can get a 4th held over Flash Freeze.
You know... We'll think about it. That's really good. Multi-strike is good.
Yeah. Yes.
Multi-strike 3 is nice.
Multi-Strike 3 is very good.
I should have looked at this trinket shop first, but yeah, you're not going to really show me anything I want here. Maybe Root Split Mask.
Firebox.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Root Split Mask would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like, I think that the multi-strike is better though. Even with Root Split Mask, which is probably the best thing we could see. I think that what we did is better.
Time to remove the greatest character of all time?
Oh yeah, Offering Monument.
Offering Monument.
It's really awful on this run. Good
idea. It doesn't do anything, and it's messing up our draw priority.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like it's actually not doing anything.
Actively hurting our run.
Listen. We kept the Infinite open, okay?
Yeah, it's, you know. I'm gonna close this, and we're gonna talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Is the 4th Flash Freeze too much?
My gut instinct is yes, but what are you gonna duplicate instead of it, right?
Like, I don't know, nothing. Hoarfrost Effigy, maybe?
That doesn't seem correct.
That seems awful. We could just duplicate Helical Crystallis or
maybe one of the Titan's Gratitudes.
Yeah, either of those is good. Increasing the density of damage spells is good.
You know what's a damage spell?
Don't say it.
Glimmer.
Yeah.
And not Flash Freeze.
Not Flash Freeze. Not Flash Freeze.
I would never.
I don't think it makes a huge difference between Gratitude and Crystallis. I'm open to either one. Which do you prefer?
I like that Gratitude holds the gifts for a guard buff better.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's my pick.
Sure. I think that's a very solid answer.
You just like remove like a Frozen Lance, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Although Frozen Lance is a little better than Restore because of gifts, I think. It's a question. It's a hard question. How much healing do we need? Yeah, we should do Frozen Lance.
Yeah, I think that's the safer way. Like froze. Like here's what happens, right? Like if we somehow get like the Nightmare sequence, right, and things go terrible, Frozen Lance is like 29 damage or whatever after the gifts boon, the buff. Whereas healing our Sentient for 29 maybe like saves it.
That's fair.
Not 29, 25, whatever it is.
I don't want to remove any more cards. I'm just gonna go fight the boss.
Is there a trinket that costs nothing? No?
Nope.
Okay. Jackstrips. Woohoo.
Yeah, Sigiled Seaweed would have been cool. There were trinkets that were okay there, but like nothing too good, I don't think. Root Split Mask would have been fine, but the problem with Root Split Mask is if we stack up 2 Pyre or Ember Wings, Pyre Wings, I think. If we stack up 2 of the Pyre Ember Drain, we just lose.
I would have figured if we took Root Suit or whatever the mask is called, we would have set up middle floor and then let Frost just kill on the top floor.
Oh, that's really smart. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Good idea.
Do you wanna flash this man here, or are you just gonna start flashing Seraph right away?
Flashing Seraph is it becomes better when we can apply 30 per turn. I think when we're applying 10,
agree.
it's not good. If we don't draw a way to kill this Light Wings, I will. I don't know what I'll do.
Wow, not playing both restores to get 1 regen. What a throw.
Yeah. We're gonna lose this combat by 1 regen, and I'm just gonna... I don't even know.
Like, let him take a little bit of damage?
Yeah, I think it's fine to take 28 here. She has 160 health. I want to think about Hoarfrost Effigy here. I don't think it's super good.
What else are we gonna play, though, right? I think we play a Titan's Gratitude on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do that, do you want to play both, or do you want to do 1 and then Effigy, is the question, right?
I guess we don't have a whole lot of other meaningful cards. Yeah, we drew all of our impactful damage spells, so maybe we want to just play the 3 damage spells instead of Hoarfrost Effigy.
I do like that, I think.
Play Gratitude first.
Yeah.
See where we are. Okay, fuck you, Hoarfrost Effigy. Yeah, my face. I'm actually gonna just full kill the Pyre Wing so that we don't take the Ember Drain.
That you know, I like the sound of that. That's great.
And fine.
What a throw! What a throw! He missed 1 regen.
Yeah. Run's over. Go home. Oh man. I think that we're good to throw Quick out now.
Yeah, sure.
We could wait.
I don't think it matters too much.
I also don't.
Honestly, maybe we should have removed Tome. Huh?
No, it's like it's at a certain point it becomes good to play Tome. It's just the biggest skill matchup of this run is finding what point that is.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
It's definitely too early right now, though, I think.
If we preserved 1 regen, it just got taken away by Seraph anyway.
Shut up.
You're pranking me. Okay. I think
you can lance this man, he's dead, and then just stack flash freeze on the boy.
We can lance and play gifts here and see. Although, what's in here? So we're gonna pull one random from here, and I think it's okay to hit like anything in here. Maybe bad if we hit Hoarfrost Effigy though.
Well, if we hit Hoarfrost, then we just don't play it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Let's see what it shows us. Fine. So I think we want to flash free Seraph here. Mm-hmm. We can start with things that we're always going to do.
Do you want to play the Gratitude on one of the Gilded Wings?
Yes. So I don't think we're playing that
not right away,
and I don't think we're playing Glimmer yet.
Yeah, we're saving those for later.
Mm-hmm. So we'll Gratitude here.
Restore.
We probably are playing Restore. The only question is, are we playing Wildwood Tome right now or not?
I don't think so.
I think next time we draw it, we play it. That's
probably, but I'm not willing to say definitely.
Yeah, if we draw it next turn, maybe not. But
oh, hold on. Frozen Lance mid.
We want this damage to go through, though, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Never mind. Don't Frozen Lance mid. Let him live.
Frozen Lance bottom for 9 damage. Okay. And then I think that also we stop letting damage go through pretty soon. Like we reach a point where we just stop letting damage happen at some point. It is probably next turn. I'm gonna triple flash freeze Seraph.
Seems good.
We have this like full heal here, so I'm okay to take the 42, but I think we want to worry about this. We want to double Titan's Gratitude.
And we do not want to play Restore because we'd rather pitch Restore than pitch the other Titan's Gratitude.
Yeah, ideally we play all of these cards, but sometimes it is not that way. Right now we play Restore.
Mm-hmm.
Then we throw the Titan's Gratitude, he's allowed at 1. Could have double Titan's Gratitude the Pyre Wings to not take the Ember Drain also, but we can just throw a spell at him to kill him. Okay, what's in here? Interesting. Did we did burn a Titan's Gratitude, okay. I want to play Gifts here and hit a healing card, is what I think.
That would be cool.
Also, added upside of if we hit Crystallis, I think we send this guy. We don't quite send him, but he gets really low, and then we send him next turn. So I think we want to play... Can we play one of the Flash Freezes on Seraph, and then we play Gifts and see what we're looking at?
Okay, sure.
Where are we? Okay.
We just need Glimmer top floor. It's unfortunate we don't get the hits. Oh yeah, I guess you could quick.
I think Quick Tome, yeah. And then if we play Crystallis with the Quick Tome, we won't take damage from this Pyro Wings either.
Ooh, that's lovely.
So I'm down with those two options. Well,
I like it.
let me hang on. Think about this for a second, right? Because the long-term issue is that this Gilded Wing will walk up at full health. Well, not quite.
We could flash him.
Yeah, it'll get cut.
He's gonna lose his frost though, I think, next turn, right?
It gets halved.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
So what I'm thinking here essentially is it might be right to wait on Crystallis, but that doesn't seem right. Now that's definitely
Oh, here's an idea.
okay.
How much health does he have after Helix Crystal hits the Ember Wing?
34.
Can you double flash and then double lance him? Will that get him close to that? I think
yeah,
that kills him, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
2 lances and then 1 flash kills him, right?
I'm not doing the math. You can't make me.
1 flash and 2 lances. Yeah, you're right. This is good because we're gonna play Glimmer on this floor next turn anyway. So we can just put the Frozen Lance and then this Glimmer kills him.
Yep. You're right. You're right.
Very good catch. Leave this Glimmer in, I think.
The Glimmer looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Make sure you play the Restores, you coward.
Yeah. I got that. Yeah, we've done the damage taking portion, and now we do the recovering health portion. My regen.
This deck is sort of the embodiment of the move. I guess it's the 2 moves, Mirror Coat and Counter from Pokemon.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar.
Absolutely.
But they're literally moves where it's just like you take the damage you are dealt and then double it and return it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we took damage, and now we're gonna return not literally twice as much, but we gained a benefit from taking damage, and now we're going to begin the part where we dish it back.
Yeah. Pokemon. So.
Do you want a triple flash Hoarfrost
That's...
Seraph? I know it removes half of the stacks before he goes into Relentless, but
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah,
we take some pyre damage. Mm-hmm. We take a lot of pyre damage, but
well, we should kill one of these guys for sure next turn between the Restoration Detonation and the Titan's Gratitudes. I think you're right. I think that's a really good idea. I was thinking about doing triple flash freeze Hoarfrost here, but when you mention it like that,
we could maybe put one of the flashes on something. I don't know, like we can kill. No, we don't want to kill the backline. We have to quick, so
I think that you're right about this. I think that this is the correct decision. We maybe want to Glimmer just to be rid of it.
The health is nice too.
We don't want to heal her too much though because of Restoration Detonation coming up. We want Restoration Detonation to
that's
send
a good
one of
point.
these guys.
Yeah, that's got that. We want that to kill something, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking we maybe want to Glimmer just so it's gone for Gifts, because a big one. The way that we're gonna win this run right now is we're gonna play Hoarfrost Effigy with almost no cards remaining, and then we're going to Gifts Hoarfrost Effigy, and we're gonna quadruple Seraph's Frost and win off of that.
That'll be really cool.
That's gonna be the idea. So it's a question of like, how many cards do we have left that can be Gifts? It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we still need to hit, and then these 3 don't matter. So I don't think we need to Glimmer right now. Okay. But we don't need to hold it for healing either, really. So I think it's okay to play it here.
Do we want to play it here, or do we want to play it bottom floor? Doesn't matter too much, I suppose.
I think here.
Okay.
The one thing that we really have to watch out for here is we have to make sure that we're not going to die over the next 2 turns, or 3 turns rather.
I don't think we will.
It's possible though. Like it is possible.
So if we're worried about dying, we can pivot into flash freezing the heavies,
Okay.
and then not the end of the world, probably.
I think you're right. We also have the blood for blood to hopefully mitigate some of the damage taken. Yeah, we're fine. Even if basically all 3 of these heavies have to go by us for us to lose at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Which they're not doing.
Yeah. So I think we should triple flash freeze the Gilded Wing in the back here, and then we should double Titans.
You want to play 3 flash freezes on 1 Gilded Wings? Good luck.
What?
Oh, why did I'm actually the dummy. My brain broke. I thought Light Wings were Gilded Wings.
Ah.
I was like, how are you gonna do that? And then I
That's
realized
fair.
I'm the fool.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like that. That seems pretty good to me.
90. So he's gonna have 15 on him. I mean, if we play 1 Titan's Gratitude here, I guess it's a question of do we need to. You're gonna be at, so he's taking 90, which takes him to 75 with 15 Frostbite, so he's gonna hit us twice. He's gonna do 18 to us. And the same thing's gonna happen here. Actually, I think it's okay to just take it easy. Flash freeze Seraph.
You want to just flash freeze Seraph entirely?
I think 5 with 15.
I think we should set up.
Frostbite.
We should set him. In my opinion, to deal 1 hit to Pyre and then die and then heal us.
Yeah, okay.
afterwards.
And that's gonna be 2 flash freezes. Also, if we play another flash freeze, it doesn't change anything, so.
Okay.
Fine.
And then play this one middle floor. I think the second time Gratitude.
Yeah, I agree. What an interesting run. This is definitely on the level of like some of the more difficult runs that I have played of this game.
So we want gifts before we play Restoration to try to draw one of our other cards to kill this man, so we can play Restoration on the Gilded Wings behind him.
But then we also risk hitting the Hoarfrost effigy, which we then cannot Hoarfrost gifts Hoarfrost. But I don't think we need that to win, so I think it's fine.
I agree. Although I don't think we need to kill this man to win either, is also the thing. And the Hoarfrost gift Hoarfrost is a lot cooler, is the issue.
It's interesting because like you're right. I don't think it matters either way. So we're playing all 3 of the flash freezes on Seraph, right?
Okay.
That's happening.
I believe so.
Yeah, because basically, if this guy walks up at full health and this guy walks up at full health, we're still not gonna lose because they're only gonna do 45 each to us.
Mm.
I guess they would because the first one would die.
Math there is 45 each is we die because that's 90 damage total.
Yeah, but we have the blood for blood.
Oh, I thought you did the math where that was taken into account.
No, of course not. Kidding me? Basically, they're not walking up at full health. He's walking up at like half health, so they're gonna do 18 at the most to us, which is then gonna get cut. So it's like 8 damage. So we can just make big number. How's that sound?
Okay. I like the sound of big number.
We can play the Wildwood Sap now.
And the restores.
I think that actually we have to gifts though, because we might not draw back into it in time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I thought about it for a second and I went, wait, we're not gonna draw this card again because of the flash freezes. Most likely. So it's fine either way. I'm not too concerned here.
I'm very concerned.
I'm pretty sure we already won it, and we're just kind of like gloating at this point. We're just strutting on Seraph right now, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
pretty sure.
Chase Seraph is at 139 Frostbite, so, you know. We could lose if I don't Hoarfrost Effigy here and we discard it, maybe. You want to just Hoarfrost Effigy right now? Or you want to let these guys go?
So, like, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now we're drawing 9 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we discard Hoarfrost Effigy, we've got a pretty good shot at redrawing it. Well, not a guaranteed shot, I guess, because we have all this garbage in hand still. I'm not a coward.
I mean, we can just take this damage, though.
That's a good point. Yeah, don't even play him. Forget it.
It'll
Take
be
the
like
damage.
18, but then we'll probably gain 10 back, so, you know.
Easy.
I'm not going to do the math. Here, I'm just going to play this. 82, yeah, it's like... Yeah, we took 10, or 8 rather. Are you dead? Oh, he's dead. But...
Big number, big number, big
Big
number.
number. So we don't play these flash freezes first. We have to not. Oh wait, that's right.
Why not? Yeah.
Because it's sorry. I thought we were doing gifts consume or Hoarfrost gifts. Hoarfrost. I'm wrong.
We're doing flash freeze gifts. Hopefully more flash freezes into Hoarfrost.
Yeah, we're guaranteed. We're guaranteed to hit one flash freeze. Big number.
Not even that big of a number,
Yeah,
but
you know. We have 358 frostbite against Chase Seraph. Fuck you. Come back here. Get back here this instant. Alright, this is there's something that I say a lot of the time about Chase Seraph, which is just that Chase Seraph doesn't cut you off of a specific build, you just have to commit to it.
Commit and then play it in a weird way.
Yeah. Like, we committed to Frostbite entirely here with Cuddlebeard, and we were able to outpace Seraph. Good call, like, really good call. I definitely would not have done the pivot to just duplicating Flash Freeze 4 times.
We only duplicated it 3 times because you're a coward.
And we duplicated it twice, so.
Okay, well, now semantics.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a win. Really cool one, too. I like this run a lot.
I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, I've been having a lot of good runs of Monster Train lately. We went through a period where I was like, man, I'm just playing the same run over and over again. This run was different. Well, anything you would like to say?
I'm panicking.
You're panicking?
Thanks for watching.
Ah, that's a good thing to say.
Remember, if you have not yet, to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
You should like the video because that's pretty cool. That's really tight.
Yeah.
And you should leave a comment, preferably about a clan combination you want to see us play, but any comment.
Yeah.
Multiple comments. You can leave 2, 3, 4 is pushing it. Probably don't leave. Actually, 3 is pushing it. I think 2 is probably the like. Not counting replies, because of course you can reply to someone else's comment. Like you can reply to every comment if you want. Still a little weird, but like if you're leaving like 3 different like just comments on their own, that's a little weird.
I think that I have seen 2, not infrequently, but 3 I don't know if I've seen.
Yeah, exactly, because it's a little weird.
Leave as many comments as you feel is fit.
That's a bad plan. That's a bad plan.
You know. I don't know if multiple comments from the same person actually helps the algorithm or not. I imagine it doesn't, because like what would stop a bot, like someone just writing a bot that spams the same comment on every video?
That is a bot probably, huh? Just a comment bot that goes to one video and leaves 800 comments.
Yeah, but then like it's like, hey, why does this video have 500 views and 800 comments? That's weird, isn't it?
Do you get a separate view for each comment? Like, does it refresh the page when you leave one or something weird?
No, I think that each person can only watch the video once, but I might be wrong about that. I really don't know the semantics of YouTube, even though I've been doing it for like a year now.
What, do they IP lock you so that way if someone from your IP watches a video, it's like it only counts as one view no matter what?
You know, that's probably a little bit much. Just maybe like unique accounts, but then you could just do it in private windows. I don't know. I'm ending the video.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Go watch Cranberry. There'll be a link.